Welcome back to the BSH Brief. Today we're thrilled to spotlight one of Ben High's most creative and dynamic faculty members. She's the mastermind behind capturing the spirit of our school through stunning photography and beautifully curated yearbooks. It's Miss V. And then we have two awesome students helping out today. Can you two introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Tomi Howard.
I'm Harper Warren.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's jump right in. Miss V, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Why, thank you. We want to just start off by getting to know you a little bit better. Who is Miss V? You know, who are you, the person behind the yearbook in a sense?
Yeah. I mean, kind of an open book. Ask me.
Like, what about your family? Like family, education, like anything of those sorts. Are you married? Kids, maybe?
Yeah. I am married. I have been for a long time.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. No kids. Y'all are my kids. So yeah, I don't have any kids of my own. I have a dog.
Okay. What kind of dog?
Right. He's a rescue.
Amazing.
And his name is Bert. He's really cute.
I saw him on your Instagram yesterday.
Yeah. He's real sweet.
That's amazing.
He likes long walks and.
What breed of dog?
I think he's like collie, pit bull, boxer.
I used to have a pit bull Weimaraner mix
He's very
back in
sweet.
Portland.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
very sweet.
What about like some of your past education? Did you go to school for photography, or you just kind of stumbled upon this?
I have been in love with photography since I was in high school. I never really studied it in college. I was a literature major, so I studied Shakespeare and I studied creative writing. And yeah, but photography was always kind of in my life. I used to make my friends go for walks with me around campus and do little photo shoots. I used to make my friends in high school do photo shoots in my room, like really emo photo shoots in my room in high school. And yeah, it's just always been kind of a big part of my life. And then I was able to start teaching it about almost 10 years ago now. So that's where I'm at now. Yeah, I've always had that creative little spirit in me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just talk a little bit about Ben High?
Mm-hmm.
For one, I think what's it like being out in the tech building?
I love being out in the tech building. It feels like our own little world out here, which is kind of nice sometimes. Sometimes it feels a little isolating, but it's kind of a nice vibe in the tech building, I think, especially upstairs.
It seems a lot more go. I'm not gonna lie. Inside the regular school building, like it's a little down, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like it's a little down out here.
I think in the school building, I feel like you walk out here and it's a party.
Yeah.
But
me too.
I agree with that. There's no supervision out here.
yeah.
It's like you and Mr. Fox.
We're hardcore.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I think that's part of what we're going for. So that's good because it's supposed to be fun. It's a creative kind of hands-on zone out here. So I'm glad that it feels that way.
I love it. Well, can you talk a little bit about your classes, whether you just want to let people know what you teach or you want to pitch it for, students next year? Photography, yearbook.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, I could talk about photography for like a whole podcast, so I won't really go there. But photography is I think such a great class. It's so accessible for everybody. Anyone can pick up a camera and make art, which I think is really powerful. And it's a great way for students to tell their stories and to let their perspectives really be known, which I think is really powerful. I was talking to my Photo 2 class yesterday about how we're just this culture of consumers, constantly consuming. And if we were more focused maybe on creating cool stuff, our world might look a little different.
Yeah.
So I think photography is a way for everyone to create and share. And I think that's powerful. And yearbook is, it's a really intense class, but it's also a really awesome class. You learn so much in yearbook about design, about photography, about just basic skills, but also about collaboration, working as a team. You're building something for the whole school. So it's really important. I was just telling these guys yesterday, we're creating a history book, essentially. There have been, over 100 of these made because our school is old and we've got a lot of history. So it's an important job that we have to document the year and to record these memories for the entire school. I think we take it seriously. I think we do a really good job.
That's amazing. You both are in yearbook.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, what it's like actually working on the yearbook firsthand?
Yeah, I think that it's really fun a lot of the time, and it's really like interesting, and it's a great way to get connected with the school. But there's definitely moments where it's really stressful, and you can kind of feel how much, I don't know, like I guess pressure is on it because everyone in the school is probably going to see at least some of it. But that being said, I really like the yearbook this year, and I think that it's going to turn out great.
I agree. It is like a job, but including everybody in it, getting to see your work, and like also just the validation of other people acknowledging it and being like, because I've always loved yearbooks, like going through them because it is a history book, and I love it. I love that I get to be a part of it and get to build something that people are probably going to show their kids and look back on.
Yeah. Also, like I feel like there's really, especially for yearbook, I mean, sure with photography, but with yearbook, there's kind of something for everyone to do. Because if you like design, there's that, and also photography and also writing. Like, there's kind of something for everyone to do, which I think is cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and what I hear from a lot of students too is that it's just a great way to meet other people.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely going out and going to events and interviewing people and talking to people at games and things like that. So it's a really fun way to just get to know people too.
Do either of you have a favorite interview that you did for the yearbook? Favorite person you talked to, moment?
I would have to say mine is probably the spread I did on Reardon. He wasn't here for a while, so I had to text him. But seeing his like perspective on the school and like all the years that he's been here with us and the reasons why he loves being he's like a patrol officer almost.
Yeah, like campus security.
Yeah, campus security really just like surprises me because he's such a deep person and he has so many layers. I actually interviewed one of the people that he sits next to at the office, and she referred to him as an ogre because ogres have layers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I think my favorite interview or like thing I mean, this was probably like overall my favorite. It was the mod I made for like the ski team winning state. Because I made that by myself and I had like a few days to do it because it was right at the end of the winter. So I had like 2 days to make it all the way done. And but I got to like talk to my whole team after we won and kind of like relive it a little bit because I got to talk to my team and like put in all the photos, which was really fun.
It looked really good too.
It did look really good.
What do the students need to know about the yearbook? Whether it's purchasing, pricing, deadlines. What's the warning, the PSA right now to get your yearbook?
We don't have very many left. I think there might be 40 left. And so if they haven't bought their yearbook, they better do it.
Also, go do it. It's a really cool yearbook. I like this
Yeah.
yearbook a lot. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I like it
You
more
can
than
say
last
it.
year's because it's like so colorful and fun.
Yeah, I feel like we should always like them more every year, right?
I didn't realize they're already out. I will go do
Yeah.
that after this.
Yeah,
I want
we don't have very many left. They're gonna go fast. We've sold out for the last like 4 years.
How many do you buy?
We buy a total of 750 because we just, not everyone's gonna get one. They're $75. Go talk to Debbie in accounting if you do want to buy one because she's the gatekeeper. We just make it. She sells it.
Miss V, let's talk about Mr. Fox just a little bit because Mr. Fox talks about you a lot, okay?
Oh boy.
And I'm not trying to out him here, but on the podcast, in person, your name comes up a lot.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with this? Is there beef? Is there friendship? What is it really?
I think Fox wants to be me. I think he, I'm the cooler one of the two of us.
Agreed.
100%.
So I think he's always just sort of striving to get closer to that level of amazingness.
But you
So-
have to be jealous of his taxidermied animals. Like,
I guess.
I'm not that
I wouldn't
gross.
say jealous. I've got enough taxidermy at home.
Are you like a secretive taxidermy collector?
Well, husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am not.
Okay.
I don't want to stuff animals.
Does he hunt a lot?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, put him in contact with Mr. Claire. Mr. Claire loves hunting.
Oh yeah, Mr. Claire does love hunting.
Okay, well,
SV had Mr. Claire, didn't you?
He was my student.
that's one of the questions that was coming up later, but we might as well talk about it right now.
Yeah,
Like, the Mr. Claire was your student.
he sure was.
That's insane. You know, I
Oh,
forget how
Quinny.
young Mr. Claire is.
Yeah,
He's,
and
like,
how
really
old
young.
Miss V is.
No. Only the first part. Only the first part. I would have never ever thought that. How is that? Is that so weird now that he works here and you see him in the halls?
No, not at all. He's awesome. I love Quinn. And Miss Friesen was my student.
You're
and
joking.
Miss Daglish was my student. And who am I
Miss
forgetting?
Daglish.
Yeah, they all were.
So you've worked here for a pretty long
A
time.
million years.
That might be a stretch. But okay, so wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I love Miss Daglish.
yeah.
She's the best. So that I'm just shocked right now. These teachers are way younger than I thought. Okay. Also,
Don't put that on the podcast that they're younger than you thought.
that's a compliment. If anything, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
I'd
Is
say.
it a compliment?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's better than saying they're older than I thought.
Yeah,
Um,
I think. I don't know. It's all good.
Someone mentioned something about a business. You have a business. You started a business.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Well, I'm a photographer. So last year, I decided to finally kind of make it official. So I started my own photography business and I do mostly portraits. I actually just got a photography studio too downtown that I'm really excited about. I get to open that on May 15th. And
Shout out.
yeah, I do just tons of headshots and personal branding and senior portraits and family portraits and just all kinds of stuff.
What's the business called? Where can the people find you?
My business is Jen Lee Photography. I'm at Jen Lee Photo Bend on Instagram. And I have a Facebook page too, but I'm not really on Facebook.
That's okay. I'm not either.
And yeah, I've got a website.
as
And
someone who has gotten professional pictures taken from Miss V, I would say she is amazing. She compliments you the whole time, and the pictures turn out beautiful. They're hung up in my living room.
That's
Actually, same.
amazing.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah, I photographed both of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love photographing. Well, seniors are my favorite. I love doing senior portraits and I love photographing mothers and daughters. It's really, really pretty cool. So I got to do that for both of these too. It was awesome.
That's amazing. My senior photos. I love my guy. He was great. He was so funny. But some of the poses he was having me do, it was a little rough. I don't know.
Did he make you do like the squat?
I was like out in the woods and I like two hands between a tree leaning forward, like that type of thing. And he's like, just unbutton one more button. I'm like, oh, this is not a good look. This is not a good look. And I know this. So hopefully you have some better poses than him.
Yeah.
Are your senior photos, did you do them in a studio or you like take people out in the forest?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of whatever they want type deal.
Mhm. Yeah. I love it when kids want to do both. It's fun to get creative in the studio. And then it's also amazing to go out somewhere beautiful and take photos too. So, yeah. And now that I have my own studio, that'll be even more possible to just be able to get creative and do fun stuff in studio. So yeah, but both. I love it all.
That's amazing. You guys also have taken photography. I don't even know. Like, how often are you guys just taking photos? This might just be a dumb question, but for like fun, for just like the sake of taking a beautiful photo.
I feel like it's less that I like try to go out and take photos like I would when I was in a photography class. I mean, unless I'm going for like sports or like school sports or whatever, but I feel like it's more that the benefit is that when I am taking photos or when I'm trying to get photos of myself for my Instagram or of nature for my Instagram, whatever it is, I know more about how to take them and how to just make them look good and easier.
I agree.
think.
I always refer back to my photography class that I took, and it's always in the spur of the moment when I want to capture like a beautiful picture. And I'm like, yeah, rules of thirds. Yeah, right there. Uh-huh. And I still have like the line grids on my phone.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could give like any of you, or maybe all of you, like maybe like a 1 minute how to take a better photo on an iPhone for anyone listening. Definitely not for me, but
Yeah, you don't need it.
you know,
Yeah.
clearly not. But you know, you could always be better. Like, how can you make a better photo from your phone? Is there simple ways?
I think just thinking about it more intentionally, like if you're taking a photo, I think that people will just try to do it to capture a moment really quickly, but I think if you just even put in a little more thought, then it'll make the photo look a lot better.
My favorite thing is perspectives, like where you are compared to what you're taking a picture of. I think my favorite walk in photography class last year was when a friend of mine, Lily, was taking a photo of this bright orange house, and Miss V was like, what if you captured the house through the whole of this fence? And the picture was 10 times better. It was so much more beautiful. There was contrast and just so many things, framing. So I would definitely say the point of view.
Yeah, I love that too. And then if we're thinking about just things that you can do, turn off live photo because that's actually a video and it just degrades the image quality. Turn on HDR if it's not already. Some phones are automatically on HDR already. I like to turn on the grid. That kind of helps you with composing and maybe using the rule of thirds. You don't always have to use the rule of thirds, but it's just nice to have it there to think about. And yeah, just moving around and not being stuck on taking photos just from one point of view. I think people tend to just stand and look at something and take a photo and then move on, but get low, get above it, move from side to side, take multiple photos of the same thing and see what one you feel something from after.
Amazing. With your classes, it seems like your students probably often have a lot of free range, whether it's to roam the school or whatnot. How's like the reliability of like, you just like trust your students, you're like, go out in the school, hopefully you do your thing. Like, how is that? I mean, we have some pretty good students here, so I'm not too worried, but is there any insight on that? You're worried?
Yeah. But luckily it's gone okay. I've had a few instances where it has not, and that sucks. 'Cause I really want to be able to, I don't know, trust.
Yeah.
You're kind of,
Go do your thing.
you have this privilege of being in this class. You know, not to take that lightly, go have fun with it, but, you know,
Be productive.
know that it's a privilege and not a right. For the most part, I think people do pretty well. I always give them a time limit, so they have a specific time that they have to be back by. But yeah, I mean, it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be exploratory. It's meant to be creative, and so hopefully, by giving them a little bit more freedom, it kind of inspires a little bit of that sometimes.
Yeah. How's the construction been for you? Because I know Mr. Fox complains about the construction a lot, or even for you two having classes out here.
I dislike it. Last year I had 3 classes in here throughout the whole last year, so both semesters I was here, and it was so easy just to go through I Hall and cut through the little courtyard. But going around, I fear I have not been on time to this class once.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a struggle. But it's not as hard as it looks, just going around navigating, but it is definitely harder than it used to be.
I don't in winter, I don't like it because it's cold. But like today, Caitlin and I walked out and it was so pretty and it's so nice out. So it's like, I like it now because it forces, like, it's a little outside moment in the day. But definitely like in February when there was a foot of snow on the ground, I did not like the construction.
That's awesome.
There are moments when I walk outside to go to the office or something to go do something, and there's like a jackhammer hammering and things like clashing all around, and I think to myself, where am I? What am I doing? This sucks. But for the most part, it hasn't been that bad.
Has it snuck into like interview like recordings with you?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe interviewing in the RDM building.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
For me, it has a few times. So it'll be like, oh yeah, and I started playing when I was 6 years old. And I'm like, okay. That's kind of funny to like listen back to it. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's not bad.
Mr. Fox, I don't want to out him here again, but he has called
Sounds like
you.
that's your mission.
I mean, I got to pick him a little bit. He called you in the last episode, his work wife. And I want to know, is this like a you're his best friend type situation and he's not yours? Or is he? Like, I don't know. Well, that's, I guess, like, I don't know. Interpret that however you want.
No, he's definitely my work husband. We take care of each other. We're good buddies for sure.
This is a question later on, but we might as well get to it now. The guac off. Can you tell us about the guac? Because he would not.
I've heard about that.
He talked about it so much, and I want to hear it.
I know he's really fixated on the guac off. Like I said earlier, he kind of wants to be me. So I think that's part of it. I won last time, and he just can't let that go. The fact that I came up on top. So yeah, I mean, we should do it again. We probably will this year. We'll probably have another guac off.
He was really adamant that I asked you very directly and get a clear answer. Is who has like the winning record of the guac off? Who has gotten more wins over the years? You or him?
Well, I would say we're tied.
Really?
Yeah.
He did not make it sound that way.
I think we're tied.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the first year really counted. And then he won, and then I won.
It's only been 3 years?
Because we skipped it the last couple years for some reason. I don't remember why.
You got to bring it back.
Probably because he chickened out.
Probably. He wants to do a special episode where you two make guac and bring a bunch of students in here and you all try it live.
Yeah,
So
I'm down.
guac off. Would you ever consider inviting other teachers on the guac off, or is this like a you and Mr. Fox alone type thing?
I totally would. I think Fox wants to keep it to just he and I because it's a matchup and he like just really wants to beat me.
Yeah.
But I think students should participate. I think staff should. I think it'd be great if we had like a school-wide guac off.
A school-wide guac off. I think we should make this happen.
I know.
I want to know, Miss V, what is your secret ingredient?
Well, I can't tell you, Tommy.
Okay,
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Why do you think yours was better than his last year? The texture, the color.
My secret ingredient.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Can't give it all away.
No.
Does it have anything to do with like, is there like there has to be a constant variable, like your chips have to be the same or something, right?
But for him and I,
Yeah, like
yeah,
or
we have all the same ingredients.
Oh.
Oh,
Are they
to
like,
like make the guac too, or and then you add a secret, or
so like
Yes.
you guys lay out the ingredients beforehand of like, this is what we can
This
use
is what we're using.
and you agree upon this. And then, so then it's just like talent of how much, how you make it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was your own recipes.
Yeah, me too.
Do you have to use every ingredient?
No.
Okay. This is fascinating. This is like a real, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
I want to be present for the next walk off. I want to watch this.
Yeah.
Me too.
Mainly because I really like guacamole.
Well,
too.
it happened. Me too. It happens in the spring. Hopefully
We
we'll
only
have
have a
it
few weeks left of
before.
school.
I know.
We're running out of time.
I know.
All right, I'll be in contact with you two. We'll make the guac off happen. Okay, you two will be there to try it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Miss V, I'd like to have this little segment. If you could ask us any question, I like to offer the guests to ask students the questions. Like Mr. Claire asked about phones and why we don't go to dances, that type of stuff. Like, think of us as representatives of the whole student body, your deepest burning questions, and we can try and shine some light on them, whether it's our behavior or actions. But, we'll try our best.
I think it's funny that Mr. Claire asked about dances because he loves dancing.
Oh, he talked about
much.
dancing for so long. He loves to dance.
Let's see. I don't know. I feel like I already ask my students a lot of personal questions or they tell me a lot of things. So I'm trying to think of, I guess if you guys had something that was, you feel most constant and reliable in your life that doesn't include technology. Most constant, reliable, comforting thing in your lives, what would that be?
100% my mom. My mom is always there for me, always there to support me. I go to her when anything is bothering me in life. And my friends. My friends are also another constant that I run to. But even if stuff is going on with my friends, I run to my mom. I love her. She's my rock.
She's the best.
She is the best.
Yeah, I would say my mom too, for sure. But I would say, like, I don't know, like the outdoors. I don't really know how to word that. But, like, going outside and, like, reconnecting with nature is always good. Maybe even with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I'd say my dogs and my brothers, because they go with me between my parents' houses. That's, that might be the most deep question yet a teacher's asked. But yeah, my dogs and my brother, because I'm always with them no matter what.
And then a follow-up question.
Please.
What's something that you feel is, how do I say this? Like that brings you down the most, or is the most distracting, or the element of your life that you wish you didn't have to deal with, but you feel like you have to? It could be anything. It can be work, school.
Brings you down the most.
Yeah.
Like
okay, is that like
is that
bringing you down, like emotionally bringing you down, or
Yeah.
just like bringing you down like your potential?
But both. It could be both.
Okay.
honestly, maybe probably my phone.
I was gonna say too.
Like I spend a lot of time on TikTok, and some nights I get off and I'm like, that was such a waste of an hour, 2 hours, and I could have been sleeping. And probably that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Probably my phone, just because it's like, it's become such an unconscious addiction. I think because it's like, it's something that you're just given at such a young age, and then it's like a part of your life, and it's so easy to become like just unconsciously on it while you're like even in the middle of other tasks, and it'll just be like on playing something. And I think that's probably my phone.
I would probably say when there's someone like struggling around me, and like I do all that I can to help them, but like it doesn't, like, there's just, you can't do everything to help them, because I always want to be there for like my family and my friends, but sometimes like you got to remember to put yourself first and be there for yourself, because if you're not at your best, then you can't be your best to help the others around you.
So true. And it's so hard when you are an empathetic person to be able to kind of see that I can't maybe fix everything all the time.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss V? Same question to you.
The what brings me down question?
Yeah.
I would say...
You can't say your students. It just does that.
Oh, they're printing stickers. No, my students are something that bring me up. I definitely, even on the days when I'm like, I don't want to go to work, 9 times out of 10, I will feel a million times better once I'm here.
That's
and
amazing.
Hanging out with these guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's true. It's true. I say that all the time. And something that brings me down, I would say I agree with you and Harper. Just technology in general, but especially social media. And because with my business, even more so now, because I feel like I have to be on social media more, and I can feel the negative impact on my mental health. I feel like it stresses me out. I feel like it distracts me, and it takes me away from things that I know fill me up, like going out in nature and connecting with my friends, and just being present in different ways. So I kind of agree with you guys. Why do you feel like, even though you know that it has negative effects, why do you feel like there's the thing that is keeping you from just not doing it?
I think that like actually if everyone would have got like if tomorrow everyone's social media disappeared, everyone would be totally happy, or like a majority of people would be totally happy and fine with it. But I think it's like as long as some people have it, everyone will have it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's definitely an addiction, because you get that
too.
dopamine release every time you scroll and see something you like or favorite. But I think the worst part about social media, especially for me, is just the comparing. like being like, oh, I wish my life was like that. Dang, I wish I went to Coachella, Harper.
All right.
Come on.
Like, just like that sort of thing. But, you know, everyone has their own lives going on, and everyone is insecure. Everybody's insecure.
Yeah,
The people that you're
100%.
comparing yourself to, they're insecure. And they probably, in some ways, wish they had your life. So you just got to remember that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then our final little segment here is these are the questions the students really want to ask Miss V. So much so that they submitted them. So we each have a couple questions here that we're going to read to you. You haven't seen these yet. And don't worry, none of them
This
are
makes me
Seen any of
scared.
too intense. I make it sound that way. But
Makes me scared.
Emma asks, what's your favorite food? Starting off light.
Well, I love eating. It's probably my favorite thing to do besides take photos.
There you go.
I don't know. The thing that pops into my head first is just a really good curry. Like maybe the cow soy curry at Wild Rose.
Wild Rose is so good.
Oh,
Wild
that
Rose.
sounds so good right now.
Oh my gosh, wait. You know how we should plug Yearbook right now?
How?
You get free food in Yearbook.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Kids.
you do.
Join
There is
Yearbook
a
for
snack
food.
cupboard.
The teacher loves to eat all the time.
Yes, there's a snack cupboard.
She believes that her students should also eat to keep them fueled.
I
and
had a
working
Capri
hard.
Sun right before this.
At this moment, I'm eating cup of noodle from the yearbook class.
So join Yearbook and you get free
You
food.
hooked them up.
I do.
Wonderful. All right. Iris asks, what's the funniest picture you've ever taken of someone and how did they react?
I took a really funny picture of my friend. We were down in Oak Ridge and we were jumping off this dock into the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a picture of her in midair, and she's making a very hilarious face. And at first, it was really funny until her husband decided to post it to social media and show the world, and then she got mad. But that's not my fault. That was her husband's fault.
Of course.
Mari asks how social media has changed your life.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about that. I always think about how it blows my mind how thinking about when I was your age in high school and things that used to occupy my time because, we didn't have phones. We didn't have cell phones. And I would listen to music all the time. I'm a huge music lover, and I would listen to music all the time. I would be outside a lot. I loved movies. And I would just be with my friends all the time, and we'd be creating things. I used to have in my bedroom one whole wall. My really good friend in high school was an artist, and we would spend hours in my room painting like a huge mural on my wall of all kinds of different things. So my wall was like a huge rainbow of crazy mural stuff. So we would just be creating a lot, and I feel like technology in general has taken me away from that quite a bit. So I would say that's the biggest way that it's changed me. I also never look at maps anymore, and I used to, and now I don't have to, and it's kind of made me dumber.
You said you really like movies, which is something I really like. Can you share light on maybe what one of your favorite movies is? One of,
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I have so many. One of my old school favorites is The Usual Suspects.
I watched this movie last night,
No, you
Miss V. I did. I could pull up my HBO Max right now and show. Oh my gosh.
With Kaiser Soze.
Such a good movie.
It's so good.
Such a good movie.
It's really good.
Okay, well now I'm really glad I asked you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I ask the next one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Lynn asks, bro, who? And then in parentheses, who are you, I guess?
I'm Miss V.
There you go.
All right.
And then you have the third one as
I have
well.
the third one. Okay. Cassie asks, how did you get the confidence to start your own business?
Very excited for this question.
I don't think I'm confident. I think I am scared, but I just keep doing it because I know that I really love photography, and I also really love a challenge, and I know that life is short. And so, I waited until I was 47 to do it. I'm not that, I wouldn't say, well, whatever. We all do stuff on our own time. But it's terrifying. You just have to sort of, if it feels like something that you want to explore and it feels like something that has potential and that lights you up, you kind of have to do it, or you're just selling yourself short. Even if it doesn't work out, something else will work out, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We've touched on this question, but Lava Bear Baseball asks, how was teaching Mr. Claire back in the day, and was he one of your favorites of all time?
Of course. Mr. Claire was kind of the same person he is in high school as he is now. He's silly. He was silly and funny, and he was great. He was a great kid.
Do you have any years that you like can remember that were like, oh, that was a good year of students?
Mm-hmm.
This year,
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I always feel like there's always a group of students that I am close with. I think all teachers can say that probably, but yeah, I definitely have years. Oh gosh, I could probably look back at every single year and pick a bunch of kids who I'm like, oh, they were so awesome. They were so awesome. As a teacher, you always kind of feel like, at least for me, I guess I can't speak for all teachers, but I always think, oh man, if they were this is someone I'd be friends with if they weren't a high school student.
I feel that way about you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yes. Eggs Benedict asks, favorite music to play while working?
Miss V has really good music taste,
She
actually.
does play very, very good music.
Except for one day she played really bad music.
You have that over Mr. Fox. No hate, but Fridays he always plays reggae music.
Oh, I
which
know.
is
Is
a
that-
little, yeah, all day, all
Whoa.
day.
All day, every Friday. It depends on the day, really. I can't say that I've got a favorite. Like I know that from the days of Mr. Claire and Miss Daglish, I was really, I love Bob Dylan, so I was really into a Dylan phase then. We used to listen to Bob Dylan a lot in my class. They will tell you that. These days, I feel like I've been listening to a lot of, Say She is a really good band that I love. They're really kind of like disco-y, upbeat. I also really love Frank Ocean, and I feel like we listen to a lot of Frank Ocean-y kind of things in my class.
Did you watch the Bob Dylan movie with Timothée Chalamet? What'd you think?
I loved it, and I think there's a lot of hate on it from people
He didn't like it.
who think they are Dylan experts.
I wasn't a fan.
But it was about a really specific time in his life when he was coming into his fame. And so I think they did a good job of emphasizing that and emphasizing kind of all the craziness around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Just because it's Timothy doesn't mean that it's can't be good.
I like Timothy. He gets too much hate.
Yeah, while you're hating on the movie that he was in.
I just didn't like the music. It wasn't for me. It's
What?
too slow. It's too slow and like it feels like a snail almost.
You feel like a snail.
Yeah. You know what? I'll own it.
Last but not least, Paige asks, why should students join the yearbook staff?
Why not? What do you have to lose? Challenge yourself. I don't know, be a part of something bigger than you. I think that's a huge part of why you would join yearbook. In a lot of classes, I know that students feel like, I don't really know why we're doing this, or I don't see how this applies to my life. And I think that everything that we do in yearbook kind of does, because we do so much in terms of, communication, hitting important deadlines, or we lose thousands of dollars, working together, practicing writing skills, practicing interviewing skills, practicing, staying organized and being, efficient on a computer. All these things that we have to do in yearbook are really valuable, I think, to life.
Please don't take yearbook as an easy A, though, because it's a lot of work and we all
It is
need to
not an easy A.
collaborate, and it's hard, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that.
I don't have a lot of experience since this is my first year doing it, but I gotta say, seeing it all come together at the end, and everyone's like own spreads, and because we're all in groups and we all work on separate things, but all coming together in the end is just like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Feels
It's
good.
very rewarding.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's rewarding, like, every 2 weeks, you know, because it's like every 2 weeks there's a deadline. So when you're able to hit it and when you're able to like produce something you're really proud of, like you can just get a lot of, I don't know. I just think it's a rewarding class in that way.
It feels good. Well, before I ask you my final question, is there any final thoughts, ideas, topics, stories that anyone wants to share? I always like to throw that out there so no one feels jaded when I just cut it off. No? Okay. Well, the final question, Miss V, is if you could give one piece of advice to the graduating class of 2025, what would it be?
Oh, man. That's tough. I would say to just believe in yourself and to truly, truly, you know, go for the things that make your heart sing. Don't necessarily listen to what other people have to say about what you should do. And, you know, it's cheesy, but follow your heart.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, then, I'm just going to say thank you for tuning in to the BSH Brief. Huge shout out to Miss V for sharing their story and to our student guests for holding down. Catch us next week with a new episode, new guests, and the same level bearer energy. Until next time, stay proud, stay classy, and stay brief, bend high. That's a wrap, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice job.
It's like I can hear again.